Welcome tonight to round 9 of Zoom Racing's League's Division 2 action. We're in Texas today. Round 9, Circuit of the Americas, as we go into a sprint qualifying, followed by the full 50% race. So, real quick, just to look at our constructor standings, Alpine leading the way by 36 points, but that lead has shrunk over the past couple weeks. So we have Ferrari within about 29 points themselves, and then about a 36-point gap between Ferrari and Red Bull. So things still very much alive at the top of the constructor standings. Driver standings, I'm with Raz today. Raz, coming off a strong podium in D3. Dude, what's going on with the drivers?
Honestly, I didn't realize this, and Sid is now leading the constructors as Ludwig is 13 points away. But I mean, it's quite tight in the midfield since Saudi Arabia. We've got Frank, Alex, and Sandunga. Both of them, three of them even, 4 points in between each other. So this could be really interesting today, and probably the worst track in the calendar. But yeah,
Yeah, it's not a favorite of many drivers here as we take a glimpse into the short quali going into Dakota. But man, you're right. But those Mercedes drivers, dudes, have had some race pace these past few weeks, and so I mean, look, they're fighting for spots for next season, right? So that points battle between the three of those that really matters.
yeah, I'm not sure if it's a season that they've really thought of having. I think they might want to be like around where Ethan Patel is right now. I mean, I did not expect Ethan Patel to have this much as points. As we all know, he's the worst driver in D2. Mate, could be the worst driver in D3 if he was there. But anyway, but yeah, I think Frank and Sandunga probably wanted a bit more uh, from what they are like in round 9 now.
Yeah, yeah. Looks like we have a couple reserves in here too. I know. Looks like Flosi reserving here for the Haas coming off, I think P12 in the D3 race. Um, as we're on here with Thermo trying to set his first hot lap, and he just invalidates there. And the S is the trickiest part of this track, of course. But I think both Williams might be reserves as well. Fitz and combined YouTuber are new to the league. Oh, and Marino there in the McLaren.
Yeah, Marino last week had a really good. Well, he actually had two really good races in Saudi Arabia. Got a P4 and a P3 in D2. And I think OG said this last week. I think D3, since last season, have really came like alive.
Yeah, I mean, they were coming in, they dominated the D2 race, right? And like traditionally, we've kind of been cleaner than some of the upper divisions too. Now, most guys, I mean, you are Raz, you're up in the front, but most guys in D3 aren't pushing as hard as some of the guys in D2 and D1, right? As Rowan Ludwig, and he sets a purple sector 1 early in Q1. Not yet a time on the board, but he's gonna start. But
Yeah,
yeah, man, the D3 drivers have been lighting it up in D2.
yeah, I'm on board with Cole, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be the first person to set a time around his track, and it looks like it's going to be an average time. I mean, I wouldn't expect him to be in the 132s, but this looks like no, it's going to be around the 134s or just about
Just
133s.
under. And Flosi in D2 overdosed Cole, so provisional pole early in Q1 as NVA just beats him out to it. But I don't know, maybe D3 can show up again here. Here's Ludwig about to wrap up his first timed lap. And he's at a 131.6, healthily ahead of Big Mama Frank by about 9/10 already. Ethan Patel follows right behind him. They've gotten a little toe action there, 132.4. And currently it's an Alpine lock for the front row.
Yeah, we have three medium runners in this qualifying for now, and we have Shaggy Muffin coming, starting his hot lap now. I'm pretty sure anyway he is. Yep, he is. And we also have Garrett. So Shaggy. So it looks like the Red Bull are starting to go on the mediums, maybe pushed to the softs later in the quali.
Yeah, Garrett coming off now. Shaggy Muffin just invalidated his lap too. What did you start on, Raz? What was your strategy going into qualifying here for the sprint and then tire choice afterwards?
Well, I don't personally. I think the mediums actually don't really work around here, especially in quali. Like, I had a few practice sessions where with the Mercs, Merc powered teammates of mine, and we did quite a like bit on quali, and looks like the mediums. Well, for me, the mediums actually go like 1.1 1 second like slower than the softs.
Yeah.
So I think you can actually get like a lot like more time on the softs than you can like on the mediums.
Yeah, significantly. That's a pretty big gap. Yeah. I'm with Brian Hackman here. He just set up purple sector 2. So he comes in for his first lap. So only the Hasses on the Ferrari
Ooh.
side have gone off. Did someone just go off?
Yeah, the reserve in the Williams of combined YouTuber nearly hits it in the wall in that long. Would you call it a hairpin in sector 3?
Yeah, ish, right? I mean,
Yeah, I think it's a hairpin. We'll call it a hairpin anyway. It's America. They're all weird out there. So yeah, so I think might have just lost it, maybe lost the back end, and he nearly hit it in the wall. And he's quite lucky to be honest.
yeah, he's sitting in P4 right now. So he's poised to have a pretty strong Williams performance in the sprint quali.
So it looks like the P1 to P5, they're all in a second together, and then it's another second. Well, we say that, but now Sandunga's just mucked it all up. But yeah, so since NBA and Flosi, there was a second in between that, and then everyone below Flosi is like all like tight up together.
Yeah,
So it looks like there might be a few gaps.
Thermo just inserted himself there in P4 with a 132.6. Around with him. That was a pretty quick lap. Let's hop on board with his teammate, D3 driver Marino. Unfortunate DNF towards the end of last race in D3. Did you see any action up front, Raz? What was on Marino's DNF?
I didn't actually know what happened to Marino, because when I saw it on the map, it looked like he span it around sector 2 or sector 3 around there. So I didn't really see what happened.
Yeah, he was out. That was towards the end. I think there was like 5 laps remaining or something, and he was there. So we'll see how far he comes into sector 2. I'm not sure if he set a green sector 1.
And my Mr. Consistent, Alex Duarte, probably said that name wrong, but Alex P4 already. This is my guy right here, Buffalo. I wouldn't actually I'm quite surprised he put a time in P4 right now. I mean,
Yeah. Dude, his
he's
pace has gotten better as like the season's gone on. I mean, all of a sudden, he was kind of fighting for like between 10 and 14, and now, I mean, he could be a top 5 finisher if things kind of fall the right way in the race. He has the pace to do that.
Yeah, normally what I see from Alex, he's like one of those guys where it slowly gets into the momentum
Yeah.
during the race. Like usually he probably qualify like around, like you said, like P10, P like 12, P14. But
Yeah.
and then he'd slowly like go through and then go to like P7 at the end of the race.
Yeah, he'll start cutting up the field. Yeah, his race pace is good. He's starting Q4 here. I mean, P4 qualify. Marino just put in P11 time. We see kind of the D3 reserves bunched together in 9, 10, 11, but Flosi put up that 133.2 on medium, so he's currently the fastest medium tire runner. I'm with Sleek now. I think this is his first hot lap coming to an end here. We'll see where he will end up. Probably looking like middle of the pack, I think. No, P3. The Ferrari on the second row will be right on the heels of the Alpines going into the sprint race as it stands now.
Yep, I'm on board with Mr. D3, Mr. Italian guy himself, Marino. He's a P12 in the McLaren, so he's in the cockpit that I was in last week in Saudi Arabia, and looks like he's not showing the same pace as I did. So obviously some driver problems there.
Yeah,
Definitely not
unfortunate, dude. I get so what happened? Did they call you and you had agreed to do the broadcast first because obviously, you're much quicker.
Yeah, Zach Brown gave me a call up saying, "Yo, we need you."
Yep,
We had a few people out, personal reasons, and we thought you were the right man, and they obviously chose the right man.
they did. Yeah, so unfortunate today. They're with, they don't get to have your talent on Coda after a beautiful warm up in D3, man. P2.
I'm on board with Shaggy Muffin now. P19, but he ain't set a lap yet, but he just got fastest sector 2. So this could be a really interesting lap to watch right now. So he could be up in top 5 right now.
Yeah, his teammate on the mediums put in a 133.3. Garrett Elder in P13 right now.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if we noticed, but there's a P1 and P2 Alpine right now.
Yeah, Alpine lockout, front row, leading the constructors.
I've never seen this. Ethan Patel in the front row? Gosh.
What has D2 come to, Raz?
I mean, don't really know what to say right now. I mean, I'm so sure I might need to get some milk. I mean, milk and hot cocoa, as you guys say.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe,
Us Americans.
Maybe add some marshmallows with it.
Oh, that's a staple. You have to do that, dude. Yeah. We're on with Sid. He invalidated his first hot lap, but looks like he's got the fuel to go ahead. He's the only driver who has yet to set a time. So, was in team chat with Sid a little bit earlier. As he spins out, he just DNFs. Sid.
Wow.
It's about 7:30 in the morning for Sid over there in India, and he was telling me how he had just come off having a really fun evening. And, well, he'll be starting the sprint race from the back. That was nasty.
Looks like someone needs to give him some water. Looks like he's been drinking too much.
Yeah, he might need coffee. Maybe he needs a glass of milk, Raz. I think something. He was singing some songs to us in team chat before this, too.
I mean, I wish I was there listening to those songs. Must be a difference.
It was good. He's a performer. I'm with Ludwig right now and currently in P1, looking to, I guess, improve upon his 9/10 lead. I'm almost wondering like why he's going out again and just get a couple more laps in on the setup. Not sure.
He's aborted and he's coming in the pits. As NBA goes P2.
Wow. The pace in the Haas.
Separating the Alpines.
Wow, what a lap.
As Big Mama Frank invalidates. We have Shaggy Muffin on a outlap, but he's aborting. He's coming into the pits as well. We have Alex starting his hot lap right now in the Aston Martin. And as we're talking about Aston Martin, I'm going to go on board with Drip. Maybe not as he's slowing down.
Yeah, it looks like he's bailing out of that one. That might be his cooldown lap.
Looks like, whoa, Spanini P2?
Spanini P2. So yeah, while we were chatting, 3 drivers have inserted themselves between the front row of the Alpine. Spanini, NVA in P3, and Mr. Sandunga came in P4. So the Mercedes is showing strong so far in qualifying. We're up with Alex, and I guess he had fuel for a second lap because you said he invalidated, right, Raz? He's going around again.
Yeah, it looks like it, but I mean, wow. And I mean, it's 2 minutes ago, Alex was P4.
Yeah.
That was P9. This is why I love D2, man. Like, this is why I'm here next season. I'm making it better and that. But I mean, the times are so tight. Like, I think if you're running out of ERS at the end of the lap, that could cost you. That can cost you like loads of positions.
I mean, P2 and P12, Raz, are separated by less than a second. They're all the 132s. It's 10 drivers in the 132s.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, look, Spanini 132.1, and then it goes all the way down to Cole Cummins, so his teammate, and that's only 9/10.
Yeah, and the guy behind him, Flossie, set that lap on mediums, and he's D3.
Yeah, and I
Alex,
think
4 seconds up. So So I don't know. Maybe he bailed out of that one. Maybe he fueled up for a couple of runs here, Alex. No, it looks like he's bailing out.
Yeah, honestly, I don't actually get when people do this. I'm on board with Floaty now, and I actually see quite a lot of people in D3, like Marino, Kushi, like they just stay on the mediums. Like, I don't actually know what happens. Like, do you get another set of mediums, or do you stick with those mediums that have loads of like tire wear already?
I
Like,
think you got to start on him. I mean, he's got, how many laps does he have on him? Everybody gets out of the way nicely. Like you're sitting P14 in mediums right now, and he went out again on him for the second time, right? I mean, you're saying, why not go on softs? Because,
gonna be the quicker tire.
yeah.
Yeah. And I heard that this combined YouTuber is supposed to be really quick, and it looks like he hasn't showed it yet.
No, sitting there in P11 in the Williams, which for the Williams, unfortunately, they've had a little bit of a rough season. So that's a pretty good showing for the Williams so far. But if this guy's supposed to be high, we're currently in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, looks like he's too highly rated. As Big Mama Frank is P6. Not sure if... Was he already there?
Yeah, Big Mama Frank was up there for a while. We're in with Floaty. Cuts that last quarter nicely, coming into the last turn. Really improve on his 133.2. It's going to be, he spins around at the last minute. And there it goes. So, tire wear on the mediums. Kind of a tight spot to get around again. He'll have to go all the way around again. He won't have time. So, that, yeah, it's kind of a waste for him, Raz. I mean, now he's sitting in P15 with his only time set on mediums.
Yeah, I mean, Marino is... ain't gonna get time. No, he will get time, my bad. But he's got one more chance to get higher than P16 right now. But I am on board with Shaggy Muffin, which he got a fastest sector 1. As we talk about Drip, we won't talk about Drip, but Drip retired. But Shaggy Muffin is nearly 5 tenths up in his time. So
Purple sector 2.
This could put him around P3, P4 position, or if he gains more time, maybe P2.
Yeah, it could be big for the Red Bulls. They're currently in 3rd in the constructor standings, right? So they're trying to make something happen to claw themselves up a little bit. Last lap for Shaggy Muffin. A little bit of shake. Oh, is he going to go in? He doesn't invalidate there as he comes off track. That was a little bit lucky. Did he throw away his improvement, though?
That's
no,
P3.
still 5 tenths. P3. Well, so he had more time there, Raz, because, like, that second to last turn, he went off.
Yeah, even the last turn, I think he might have hit the throttle too hard and like lost the back end a little bit. But now I see why people call him highly rated. He's up in P2, Mr. YouTuber.
There he is, combined YouTuber, combined P2. Williams in the front row, man. It's like Spa last year in actual racing. As NVA almost loses it going into Sector 2, he was improving on his time by about half a tenth. But that little bit of sliding may cost him the time to try to improve on his P6.
Yeah. Alex is in now in P11 now. That's quali done for him. So once again, consistent P11 quali.
Consistent P11's not bad. Looked like Josh Barnsley is done as well. Ethan Patel had it invalidated, so I think that just about does it. Unless Spanini, is he on a heater? No, it looks like I don't think he's on
Ethan's
a heater.
gone. MVA. No, it looks like that. Yeah, this is it. Spanini's the only one.
Yeah, Spanini. We'll see if he can
No,
try to get up to the second row.
no,
Nope, he's gonna bail.
So this will round out your top 20.
Yeah, so here we go. Getting ready for the sprint race. 25%. What was it? So your strategy? Did you go? You went soft medium? On the
Yeah,
sprint?
I went soft medium because I knew that Buzzgod was going to do the same. And, well,
Yeah.
he was actually 4 positions down as he invalidated his quality time. So my strategy was see what happens. And obviously he went past me because he cheats. His Red Bull car's got some problems with it. I mean problems, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I tried to get the undercut on the mediums, and the mediums actually did get an undercut, but it weren't enough to put me into the P1 position.
Right.
So I think it could be a soft to mediums for the 25%.
So drivers to watch that 25. I mean, we haven't seen anything at a combined YouTuber yet, right? And he just went in and put a P2. He's like a 10th behind Ludwig, who is the fastest in D2, I think, by far, a raw pace, right? So, yeah, this guy might be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like it could be a little bit of a rivalry here, you know? Like, Johannes, when he races, he doesn't really have much of like proper racing. He's just there driving, just looking left and right to like find some, I don't know, just look around the track, see how beautiful the area is. But no, yeah, he don't really get much like fights during the race. But this turns out maybe he can actually have like a 1-to-1. See if he
Yeah,
can stick at P1 still.
he could. So, first row in the sprint race, Johannes Ludwig in the Alpine combined YouTuber reserving for the Williams, followed by Spanini, Shaggy Muffin, Sleek, Big Mama Frank, NVA, Garrett Elder, Mr. Sandunga, and Ethan Patel round out the top 10. So, man, Ethan Patel, they had an Alpine lockout for a little bit, and then all of a sudden 9 drivers went inserted their times there. So, top 10 looking good. Sprint race about to be underway for of course, the official qualification for round 9.
Yeah, it looks really interesting. I mean, with Mercedes, I think I saw one of them P6 and P9. So we know Frank's got a lot of pace with him, and Sandinger, we know he's got a lot of pace with him as well. So these two have a lot of pace with them, with each other. But I think they crash a lot. Like they get a lot of wing damage, which
Mm-hmm.
makes them pit. And when you have wing damage, it's like around an 8 second stop. So around here, it's like 20 seconds. So it'll be around a 30-second stop.
Yeah,
So
that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time.
I think the only time you can actually gain back your position is by a safety car. To be fair, we know that there's a lot of safety cars that come out in D2.
Yeah, there is a lot more than D3, right? We didn't have one in D3. In fact, we only had one DNF. And there's like a lot of real estate here, Cody. You know what I mean? It's not skinny, so I think the odds of a safety car aren't that high because there's so much space to spin out and kind of cause damage. And so you watch the formation lap here. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be too much.
No, me neither. I think I don't see Spanini catching up with uh, the top two right now, as I don't think he has a pace for it yet, you know? I think the only person that would have had a chance was Garrett Elder, and he ain't really spoke much about him yet. I mean, Sleek's up there, but I don't think he's got the enough pace for it. So I think it'll be a fight for the combined YouTuber and Ludwig.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to kind of ride on board with combined YouTuber at the start and kind of see what his strategy is with Ludwig. Is he going to dive bomb and try to make a turn and make a move into turn 1 or what? Is that a little bit of carnage there on the formation lap? Is that what that was?
Mate, if you're talking about Sid, then someone really needs to get him some water. Crashes out in quali, spins on formation lap.
Oh, did he spin out? Is that what happened?
I guess so.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was probably doing that
no.
on purpose to heat up his tires. And now he's at the back, so he's got all this space to just get everything ready for his car. I think he did it on purpose.
Yeah, and OG said this last week. Don't count Sid out. I mean, it's what's the word? Sprint race. It's a sprint race. He can make up like 10 positions, and then it comes to the race, and then anything can happen. Like he can go straight to P1 like he did in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, absolutely. No, he totally could. I've seen him do it. I mean, yeah, this would be just like a P20 to P1 challenge for him, right? He could do it. So formation lap ending here as everybody kind of gets into place. Sid bringing up the rear, warming up his tires. We'll hop on board actually with Spanini at the start and see if we can get a good view of this battle that we think is going to happen between combined YouTuber and Johannes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that this is gonna be such an interesting turn one, as you can make a dive bomb from like 2 car lengths if you can actually make it stick. Like
Yeah, if you could make
it's
it
so
that short
mad.
on the inside.
Yeah, like the inside, like you can just dive and gain like 3 positions because everyone on the outside, they've got to they've got to brake early, they've got to turn, like they've got to turn even more. I mean, they might get the traction down quicker, but yeah, this will be really interesting.
Yeah, we'll see 5 lights out here, and away we go.
Ooh,
We're on with Spadini as P3. A little bit of carnage in the back as we saw that. We'll watch the front battle
ooh,
before we take a look at that. Front wings all over the place. Johannes holds the lead. Spadini in a P2. Combined YouTuber, not the start he wanted. As they go into
oh
the S's,
no!
he's in P3, Sleek P4, NVA P5.
Garrett and Cole have had an issue. They're all out at the back. Cole's got no wing. Garrett looks like he's got a wing. Looks like maybe them two had an issue. I mean, I go on Sid's on board and them two have just spun around.
Tough start for the Red Bulls
Ethan spun.
as Ethan spins too.
So
Carnage
Sid's
at the
already
back.
made 3 positions. As
Ethan makes that
Fitzdickwell
pass.
has wing damage.
Yeah, it looks like there's
So
a
does
lot of wing damage
Dickman
going
Cole.
on. Here, on with YouTuber. Is he going to try to make the pass on Spanini on pure pace? No, he doesn't quite have it. The exits coming out here are so crucial, too. These turns are a little slick, too. I'm wondering if we might see some instances, too. I know I had trouble mastering them, too. And then the exit coming out of this turn here into that big kind of Sochi-looking half circle. This is crucial, because you got to get the setup right. You got to floor it all the way down here this entire time. Combined YouTuber keeping it nice and tight. Crucial part of the track as far as exit speed go.
Ooh, Drip nearly had an issue with Flosi, and they were going side by side through the corner. But it looks like Drip's got damage as well. So loads of people's got damage. Big Mama Frank's got damage. Garrett's got damage. Fitzdickwell's got damage. And Cole Cummins has damage. And looks like Sid's got damage as well.
Yeah, Drip going in. Frank, Gary Elder, Fitzdickwell, Sid is in. Is Cole going to go in too? He's kind of nursing around his lap, right? He lost a whole wing. So he's going in as well. Almost overshoots pit wall. We'll hop on with combined YouTuber as Johannes has built in a 1.8 second lead already here in the first 1.5, 2 laps. And combined YouTuber will try to stay enough on Spunini to keep DRS range as it kicks in the next lap. But we're starting to see at least Johannes start to build a lead. Sleek still within DRS range of combined YouTuber, but didn't get a great exit coming out of that turn. And that one's also crucial, right? That's the longest straight on the circuit. And so you really got to make sure you get away good there.
And Spanini's going side by side with combined YouTuber, and he gets a move done. So
Yeah.
he's now in P2, so now he's going to chase Johannes Ludwig. As he's pulled away at 2.5 seconds. It looks like Spanini's done a really good job, like to hold his little power up for to get a little bit of a what would you call it? Would you say it's a rivalry? I mean, I wouldn't say it's a rivalry.
Like I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like a friendly rivalry, right? I mean, you could say it a little bit. NVA holding his own currently. He's in P5, D3 reserve in the Haas. Coming up to the end of Sleek. Still in DRS range. It'll all rely on how quickly he can get through those S's. So the fresh softs makes these things so easy, dude. Raz, when you nail this section here, the fresh softs, it feels great.
Yeah, I didn't experience that as I was getting warnings here and then, every left, right, centre.
Speaking of that, Thermo with our first penalty, or maybe Drip got it too, but the two of them with early penalties here in the sprint quali.
Yeah, it was Firma. I remember him popping up first, saying Firma got 3-second time penalty, but it's P2 to P7. There's a DRS train, and Alex. This is what I mean. Guys. Alex is P8.
He started what, P11?
Yeah, he's on the mediums as well. So he's had such a great start. Probably not the best start. I mean, gaining any positions is a great start, but you would love to get like another like 2 or 3 more positions, and then your mindset will be like in the best place like possible.
Yeah, Thermo just got the move done on NVA. He's sitting in P5 too after using the DRS to pass him, but that 3-second penalty will probably put him in so far P8. Big winners so far. Brian Hackman up 9 places from P19. Thermo up 7 places himself. And Flosey, D3 reserve again, up 5. Big losers so far. Frank, Elder, roughed up by a little bit of damage. Cole, down in P20, is down 6 spots from the first lap carnage. So Johannes Ludwig pulling away so far. He goes in the S's in lap 4, built up a 4-second gap already as Spanini, Combined
Oh,
YouTuber,
wow.
and Sleek are all fighting it out.
Yeah, Marino's came in the pits for damage, so it looks like he had some issues with a few other people. I don't know who he was fighting, so I can't tell you anything like that. But he's came into the pits and he's put on the mediums, so it looks like he's doing the one stopper. But Sid's put on the hards, and so is Stickwell. So I don't know why you would put the hards on, really.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy choice. I mean, I don't really know kind of what they were going at there, but the Big Mama Frank does well, as well as Drip, to get ahead of Marino, who is coming out of the pits. So Big Mama Frank won't have to pit anymore. He should be able to get to the end. We'll hop on
Yeah,
with Shaggy Muffin, who finds himself in P6 currently. Go ahead, Raz, sorry.
you say that if he can gain more positions, but I don't think he will. I mean, the pit stop round here is like 20 seconds, and he's 24 seconds behind Josh Barnsley.
Yeah, and then he'll have older tires, right, whenever Josh goes in, so it shouldn't be
Yeah, so
hard. He's
he's
got
gonna
to make up
struggle.
time now.
And it looks like Garrett's making some moves on now on Big Mama Frank. And I don't actually know how this works, but how do the point systems work? And
So the top 8 drivers, I believe, get actual points in the championship for this season.
okay,
And then everybody else gets nothing for the sprints. And then the race is done normally as Thermo passes Sleek for P5. We got a great view of that on board with Shaggy Muffin. A pass in the S is pretty difficult, but Thermo makes that move stick. He's up 8 places from P12 to P4 as we get a VSC. There's an incident.
yeah, I was just gonna say, I thought maybe I had a little bit of desync or VSync. I don't know how you say it, but I thought like, because you were just saying like everyone was battling, but for me it was a VSC, so I thought my game was bugged then, but obviously not.
No, I just
As
saw it too. Looks like I guess it was for Drip, who went in and DNF'd. But
yeah,
unfortunately, two drive-through penalties too. Josh Barnsley and Flosey, and that's huge. That's huge. So
well,
VSC gone on my screen. You still
yeah,
have it?
yeah. VSC's gone from mine. So it looks like Big Mama Frank would actually now make some moves, as you did just say. Fogarty and Josh Barnsley have a drive-through, so he's going to gain a few more positions because they've also still got a pit, so they've got to pit twice.
Yep. Flosey is on fresh softs, and it looks like Josh Barnsley is on fresh mediums. So they have pitted. They just got to go do their drive-through penalty, which adds, how much would you say, Raz? I don't know, 10 seconds, 12 seconds?
I'd say maybe 15.
Yeah.
I'd say 15, yeah. I don't think it'll be enough for 10 seconds because a normal pit stop's like 3 seconds, and it's just, I think it's around 19 seconds a normal lap,
Yeah.
so I think it will be around 15.
I'm with Thermo, who's making himself towards the front of the pack. He's hot on Spanini, will be in DRS range coming into the main straight on Sector 2. Combined YouTuber doing well so far, holding off Spanini. I know they've got back and forth, but Ludwig's got like a 6.3 second lead already, man. So if we
Yeah,
thought that he was going to battle with Johannes, I don't know, we may have been wrong.
I don't think so, really. I think Spanini's actually doing a really good job to like
Yeah.
keep up with Combined YouTuber, as I've actually seen Spanini sometimes make a few positions on him, and then every time he's ahead, Johannes is just pulling like more of a gap than it is now. So, but yeah, talk about Thermo. He got a P1 finish in D3 race in Bahrain, and then he did a D2 race in Bahrain, and he did amazing in that race as well. So this guy's definitely showing what talent he's got in his pocket. As was that YouTuber that's pitted?
Looks like a, yeah, YouTuber's in, NVA is in, Thermo takes P3, Spunini's still in, or is now in P2. So YouTuber going with the undercut, and he'll make the mediums last till the end of the race. We're on with Garrett Elder, who just passed Big Mama Frank and made it stick, but he used a lot of ERS to do so. Although halfway in, he's got some chances to regenerate that.
Yeah, I've realised that all the soft runners in D2 have already gone like a lap or two longer than D3 soft runners did. Because I know when I pitted, like another 5 people of soft runners pitted on lap 5. So I wonder if the tyres, if they've saved tyres, and I wonder if they've just saved tyres.
Yeah,
And
could
we
be.
just didn't.
Yeah, they're able to get a little bit more out of those softs. I'm with Frank, who's trying to stay within DRS range of Garrett Elder. He'll probably use some of that battery on the straight before the
Whoa.
detection zone to get him. Shaggy Muffin takes another 3-second penalty. Thermo with another penalty himself. So let's take a look. Thermo has 6 seconds now. And so that's currently going to put him probably somewhere in P5.
Yep. Talking about P5, Alex in P5, were well pretty much P1 position of the medium runners. I mean, this is what I mean. Like this guy is so consistent, but he just gets so unlucky in races. Like last week, he got unlucky with leaving the server, and then his AI wouldn't let go of controlling the car, so he got really unlucky and lost some positions there. But now he's a top runner of the mediums, so, and he
Top runner
wasn't
of the
that far away
mediums.
from Mr. Sandunga.
Yeah, he hasn't pitted yet. Johannes has pitted, so he's on fresh mediums, and he's effectively leading the race, right? He's actually only got 9 seconds behind Spunini, who has yet to pit, right? So Johannes will try to build as much of a lead he can on those fresh mediums. Brian Hackerman up 15 spots, but he also hasn't pitted. So effectively, we're looking at Ludwig, followed by Combined YouTuber, followed by Sleek. And I think Spunini will probably sit in probably somewhere between 8 and 9 by NVA and Sandunga.
Yeah, Ludwig is at the back of Alex now. As Alex, I think Alex should be thinking of pitting.
Probably, yeah.
Wait.
He looks like, is he gonna let it by? Oh, almost contact.
Well, that's definitely going to shade some time off for Combined YouTuber.
That was interesting strategy by Alex too. I mean, he knows he has to pit. He's not effectively racing Johannes right now, so that was kind of an interesting choice to kind of cut him off like that.
I wouldn't really say it was cutting off. I think Johannes actually just wanted the move done quicker than he wanted. But I think Johannes just went for a dive bomb, mate. It looked like for me, because I was on board with him, but now he's definitely going to get the move done. As Shaggy Muffin
Muffin's out.
Oh. And that's a safety car. Oh, and Alex, oh no. Wait, was that matter?
So we'll try to catch a view of kind of what happened here. Here, let's hop on with Ethan Patel and see if we can see any of the carnage.
As he does pit.
Oh, it was into the pit wall. He crashed going into the pit wall, trying to make his first stop. And so Shaggy Muffin effectively will start P19 in the main race. So he was looking to go up there.
Yeah. This is another thing about Shaggy Muffin. He's a really quick driver. But I think like a lot of drivers in this division get really unlucky from like just crashing and like having a few incidents. Like I was saying with Big Mama Frank and even Mr. Sandunga, like they just get really unlucky.
Yeah, a couple guys doing 2 stops now to try to take advantage of the safety car. And I mean, fresh softs are really powerful around here, right? We saw it in the D3 race too. So They're trying to make up some style. I think we're going to see some really good racing between P10, P15 for that crucial kind of midfield battle for a good qualifying spot.
Yeah, I don't think the softs last for around 5 laps. I mean, you can feel where the tyre wear is kicking in.
Yeah.
Like through those S's, like the first 5 laps, you're just nailing them. I mean, when it comes to like 15%, 20%, that's when you can feel it. I mean, that's when you like struggle with like maybe the understeer. I'm
Especially
not
the
sure. I'm not
S's.
really sure. Yeah, it's just so difficult, especially with this track, because the S's and like the other corners through like sector 3 and sector 2, they're just really hard to like deal with. As I struggled in the D3 race.
Yeah. See, can Spanini beat combined YouTuber to the end of the pit lane? He does. He does. So Spanini will be locked into P2. Let's take a look at the tire life real quick. So Spanini's got the freshest tires and will be in P2. Combined YouTuber only by 2 laps. Sleek by 1 more as well. So top 5 essentially on new-ish mediums. We're going to have, what, probably 3 race laps to go for something to happen. Alex, though, he actually made
Yeah,
out pretty well, Raz. He's got fresh softs now in P6.
yeah, he's a main winner right here. They won't. I don't think he will get past Johannes, but yeah, he can definitely be on the podium like positions right now.
That would be huge for the SMR driver to start in like the first or second row, especially going into the draft for next season, right? I mean, that would be he's outperforming his seat essentially. You know what I mean, Raz? Much like yourself in D3.
Hey, let's not get too ahead of ourselves here, but yeah, no, Alex, he definitely needs. He's so underrated. I think you guys said it in Saudi Arabia, but he doesn't. Last season he was in the Aston seat, and I think that when the draft happened, I was thinking, yeah, you know what, this Aston seat for Alex will help out as well, and his teammate Drip will help him out, and I know that these two will help out each other through this season. And I don't think Drip's had the best season
No, Alex
that
been doing it all himself.
he wanted, but Alex is proving what he is made of. Like he definitely needs to get upgraded from that Merc seat, the Aston Martin seat, to maybe like a McLaren, because McLaren has not really done well this season. Like
Well, Thermo's a
for
reserve,
oh,
right? I mean, he doesn't have that seat full time. Marino is a reserve as well, so they haven't even had consistent drivers. I think that safety car will probably be in this lap. I think we're waiting on Fitz Dickwell to kind of catch up to the pack here.
let me stop you there, because Thermo is actually now a McLaren full-time driver.
Oh, he is. Okay.
in D2. But yeah, Marino is a reserve. So this is what McLaren have really struggled with this season. Like, they just keep getting reserve, and then when the reserves come in, they only get half points. And I don't think McLaren's actually done that well, like all round, like getting points. So they actually get like less points than probably like Williams. Like so say like Connor and Snoop Francis.
Yeah, they're
So,
right now in the constructor standings. They're at 157, so they're both before Aston Martin and before AlphaTauri too. So I mean, and look, the AlphaTauri boys have pace, right? But I feel like every other race they're like both out, right? There's always an incident here, right? Cole, there's an incident first lap. May not have been his fault, but look, he's sitting in P18. He just pit again for fresh softs himself. So
yeah, I think the Red Bull D2. I mean, Garrett, he's had a amazing season. He's in that P3 position right now. He's quite far off from Ludwig and Sid in the standings. But I think other than Garrett, I think Red Bull Honda really have had not the best season than they think. Like
no,
AlphaTauri, they're P5, but they do. I think they crash a lot. I think Cole. I might be wrong, but I think Cole crashes quite a bit. I mean, I think there's at least one race where one Red or one Honda engine crashes, but I might be wrong.
yeah. I mean, Spunini is doing his best. He kind of came in late to the party, right? He hasn't had that AlphaTauri seat for the entire season. So he's been scoring a lot of points when he's in, but yeah, kind of like driver standing wise. I mean, yeah, the AlphaTauris are kind of towards the end, and then I mean, Shaggy Muffin has kind of been disappointing as well. He's sitting at what looks like P9, right, and is maybe trying to fight with some of the Mercs for something a little bit better, but rough today as we're back to green. Thermo in P7 currently maybe trying to make a move on Alex, who's got the freshest, best tires out of all of them, P1 through 7. He'll try to make the move on the outside. A lot of crowding here into turn 1, but they make it through clean. Is Thermo going to make it stick on Alex? He does. So Alex should be able to make up some time here on the S's with the better grip of the softs and maybe in range to make a move. But look, is DRS going to kick in? Maybe just on the last lap, right, Raz? I mean, after the full safety car.
It'll be the last lap, but Alex now needs to realise that the people behind him are on the same tyres. So he might think that, okay, the people ahead, I'll be quicker then. But the people behind, he might not be quicker.
Yeah, I mean,
he just gets taken. Like,
we just saw it now. We just saw Brian Hackman take him over in the Alfa Romeo. He's currently sitting in P7. He's had a great race so far. He's up a number of spots. Ethan Patel, the veteran in the Alpine, is now hot on Alex's gearbox, right? Was there an incident?
Yep, Ethan Patel hit the wing of MVA, I'm pretty sure. Or it might have been Alex when they were going side by side a little bit through that corner. But
he just came up to the end of Garrett Elder too. We kind of saw that from the broadcast view too. So I wonder if he's gotten minimal damage there. We'll see. Back at the front,
I think it might be fine.
Yeah, it looks like he might be good. He might be good. He might be trying to make a pass actually back on Garrett too. Let's see if he can make it stick.
And there's a lot of weaving going on with Mr. Sandinger and the Alfa Romeo of Brian Hackerman, but he's gonna
great pass on the outside. Can he make it stick? No, he can't. Garrett Elder with great defense on the inside, really clean too. These guys come so close together. 3DS is now really tight racing at the end. Johannes just barely clinging on, almost a second lead. Combined YouTuber a second behind Spanini. So the top 3 have separated themselves a little bit from the rest of the pack. Sleek just goes on the outside of Thermo. Thermo into the left side of the wall. He's got damage.
Sandinger's out. No, he's got damage. He's got wing damage. So this is what I was saying before the race. Like, these Merc teammates just get so unlucky. They just get damaged every race, which really mucks up their race.
Yeah, Sleek might have something too as NVA's out.
Oh, okay, he's ghosted. Okay.
NVA is out of the race. A lot of carnage here after the safety car. We're going to have one more racing lap to go here in a bit. Johannes in the lead, followed by Spunini, is still trying to maintain that 1 second gap. He'll be within DRS range here for the last lap. Can Spunini make some last lap
Alex is going down.
Happen?
Alex just made a move on Garrett. Oh, they're going side by side. Last corner. Oh, late braking, and is that damage for Alex?
It might be. He went wide on the outside. Garrett was able to make that one stick. I'm on with Spunini, and so that DRS didn't do too much for him. He's still in P2. That gap is now over a second. It's going to be really hard for him now to catch up to Johannes without DRS.
I've just realised it's still a sprint race.
Yeah, this is still a sprint race, right? We're still fighting for qualifying. I guess Fitz Dickwell is now out of the race, so he'll start in P16. Sid went out just before that. We'll start in P17. Mr. Sandunga bringing up the rear. He's in the pits. He'll get fresh tires just for my last lap. As Cole just goes around the outside of Sleek. Sleek may have a little bit of damage because he has tumbled down the leaderboard in the past week. Flosi putting pressure on him. D3 reserve in the Haas.
Yeah, can we just say, Brian Hackman P4, Garrett Elder P5. What a return.
After all the carnage. I mean, 2 laps ago, we were thinking Garrett Elder was going to be kind of back of the pack. He's in P5. Brian Hackman up 15 spots. He just sets a purple sector 2. Strong showing as he looks to finish it off and start in the second row. Alex in P6. Is he going to be close to Garrett Elder? Is he going to be close enough to make a move for P5?
It doesn't look like. Nah, it won't be enough. So it looks like this is going to be it. So it's going to be Johannes P1, Spanini P2, combined YouTuber P3. So that's going to be your top three as Brian Hackerman gets fastest lap. But I don't think that's an extra point, is it?
Yeah, I think. Oh no, I don't know if the fastest lap is an extra point here on the sprint race. Um, but I will say, I think top 10 here get points, so really valuable points for Alfa Romeo, as we see Brian Hockman starting in P4, Josh Barnsley too in P8. Double Alpha points here in the sprint race as they'll start P4 and P8 respectively. Sleek in P9. Nice job by Sleek kind of to salvage that P9. I think he had damage at the end.
Yeah, I think the biggest winner here was Alex. He's got the points. He's got more points than Mr. Sandunga and the other Merc of Big Mama Frank. So that's just getting even more tighter in that three-way battle of the battle for P7 or something like that.
Yeah. So we'll have some time here too to wrap up the sprint results and of course remake the lobby for actual round 9 of ZRL D2. And man, after that safety car, Raz, we had a lot of action. That was great.
Yeah, a lot of action, but took too long. That felt like a full-on race.
I know it did,
56
right? Now we
laps.
got.
Did not feel like 14 laps.
Now I got another 28 to go. We'll see how are the D3 guys doing, right? So the D3 reserves so far: Marino P11, Flosi P13.
Yeah, it don't look as good as it was in Saudi Arabia, but this was only the sprint. This can get better during the race, and hopefully not take half the time they just did.
Yeah,
So yeah,
can definitely get better in the race. We'll see the action. So yeah, get big winners here. Alex P6, Frank P7. Oh, that's kind of where he usually qualifies. Johannes P1. A little bit of Spoonini put a little bit of pressure on him though. He had a great sprint race, consistent, and combined YouTubers showed a lot of pace as well. So for his first ZRL event, yeah, he's a big deal. So as the admins remake the lobby and get into the grid here, right? Now, Raz, was it a free tire choice for the race after the sprint? Yeah, there's a lot. Well, we'll see if there's a safety car, because I think that'll turn a lot of one stops into two stops. And if people can see an opportunity to get more laps, the fresh softs are just so powerful here. You know what I mean? It really becomes a big deal to try to get as much of it as you can. Yeah, I think it is. So we'll give you guys a little bit of time back here. We'll take 5 and rejoin you all when the lobby is back made up. So D2 Zero Action Round 9 coming your way in just a bit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we start the formation lap for round 9 of Zoom Racing League. We had a sprint qualifying today. Johannes P1, Spunini P2 will lock out the front row, followed by combined YouTuber, and Brian Hackman in the Alfa Romeo was up 15 spots in the sprint race. Raz, as these guys get their tires warmed up, man, who are some guys you're looking at? Who do you think could surprise us today?
Benini P2, I'd say. Brian Hackerman is definitely one of them. He's not, he ain't really. I mean, we didn't really do quali today, but quali. I mean, quali for us. Not for us, but quali for him. It's not really like in the midfield or like the top team, like the top 5. Let's say. I think he's more like a top, like probably 10th position to 15th.
Sure.
One of those drivers.
Free tire choice here at the beginning, of course, after the sprint race. So Spunini on mediums, Hackman on mediums, Elder on mediums in the top 5. Our leader and P3, so guys on the outside row, are with the starting on the soft. So, Raz, you were telling me kind of before, I mean, so many different strategy choices here too, right? You could do soft hard, medium hard. You could do try to do a soft, and then of course soft medium, medium soft. And who knows? We saw a safety car in the sprint race. So we could see a safety car here as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a safety car in D2.
There is, yeah.
There's always, I mean, I'm guaranteeing today will be at least one safety car. Or more, because every time I just watch, there's always a safety car. Honestly, I think we should get these D3 drivers into this upper division and probably kicking some of these drivers back down to D3.
Obviously, yeah, that they definitely got the pace to do that. So we'll ride on board here with Brian Hackman at the start, who had driver of the day, really, if you're only counting the sprint race, right? He started P19, got up to P4, some good strategy decisions, lucky safety. Well, I should say lucky safety car at the end because he was making up pace before that. We'll see if we can get a good view of the action here going into turn 1.
Yep, as we're rounding off the final 20 drivers. Looks like, I think maybe Sid had another issue on the formation lap as he was behind Drip. So I don't know what's going on there, but this is going to be really interesting.
Now he's going to have some ice cold tires here. 5 lights already really quickly. They're out, and away we go. A little bit of a slow start for Brian Hackman, but he gets the grip. Johannes Ludwig pulling away on the outside. Combined YouTuber behind him.
Oh,
Brian Hackman tries to go in the middle and cuts him on the inside. Is he going to make the move stick on combined YouTuber? Yes. Going into the S's, Brian Hackman P3.
Yeah, Big Mom Frank's got wing damage. This is a day to forget for him, honestly. He's going to limp all the way back to the pits just to get his wing changed, so...
He's sitting in P2 really right now. We see Ethan Patel make a really clean pass on the S's there. Right now, right on the butts of both McLarens as they're tightened up here. Johannes already has a second gap behind Spunini, and combined YouTuber will try to stay within DRS range of Spunini for at least another lap or two until that thing gets ready to go.
Yeah, Drip's on a flyer. Like, he's P12. Like, he's just he's got so much confidence in him right now in this first lap. Like, he's just making moves left, right, centre right now.
Yeah, he started really P20, Raz. He's up 8 spots to P12. He dodged the carnage perfectly.
Yeah, Aston Martin have a really good start right now, as Alex is now P5.
Alex P5, he had a great sprint race too. He was showing a lot of pace throughout the whole track, and this thing activates it. You know, we got these guys. These guys are all bunched up still in lap 1, except for poor Big Mama Frank, down 13 spots in P20, the victim of some damage.
Yeah, this is what... Honestly, nearly lost it, but yeah, no. This is what I'm on about. The Mercs always have not the best start. They always have an issue at least once a race, and this is another issue that they need to start like solving out. As I know the Mercs in D2 practice a lot together. Like, they're really good mates. Like, honestly, I always see them in call together. They always help each other out, but it's not really helping when they just crash every race.
Yeah, I got to work on getting clean here. We're on with Spoonini, he's on mediums, right? So we actually really didn't pay attention too much to the as
Johannes
Ludwig went
out.
around. He's out.
Safety car. No, virtual.
Johannes
Oh my god.
Ludwig is out of the race.
Now that is the biggest shock of my life.
Your driver champion, I think he's even already clinched, Raz. That's how far ahead he was. He had the best pace in the sprint race. The only way Spoonini had an idea was that safety car at the end. So Johannes is out of the race. And we're going to see a shootout here between Spoonini and Combined YouTuber. They're on differing strategies here. Brian Hackman, he of course is in the party as well. So that just immensely changed the dynamic of this entire evening.
Yeah, I don't actually know what happened to Johannes. It looks like he span it, but now we have Combined YouTuber on the softs P1. So this is going to be interesting if he can actually gain more time or gain away from Spoonini, or will Spoonini actually counter him and maybe he's on a better strategy. So Spoonini's in the chance to win right now.
Yeah. Marino with a quick drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC as we're back to green. Brian Hackeman and Spoonini all within DRS range of each other in the top three. Actually, there's going to be a nice little train forming so far. And between P1 and 11. Drip up to P11 now, of course, after Ludwig's DNF. He's got probably the best start of the field.
He's making a move on Cole. Through the S's. And there's all of his contacts. Cole's out. Cole is out.
And Cole's out of the race. I wonder if there was a little too much contact with Drip. I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
Is he lagging a little bit? I wonder if that was Drip's fault. And Cole's out of the race.
Yeah, that was... It was going side by side. Maybe Drip was going a bit too dangerous through the S's. Like, we know Drip, when he makes one move on him, one guy, he grabs his confidence on making other moves. He's never afraid to back away. But this time, I think that was Drip going too aggressive, and which made Cole like just hit the wall and crash.
Yeah. He makes a clean pass on Mr. Sandunga in that first DRS zone, using a little bit of DRS to do so. He's on 2 lap old soft tires now in P10.
Yeah, there's one thing that Mr. Adam Klein will. This guy right here in P7, Ethan Patel, he's gonna make some work for himself and for his team, as Johannes ain't gonna be there anymore. He ain't gonna be here today. He's now out of the session. So this is where Ethan can now prove himself. He is a better driver than I think he has been this season.
Definitely better than this P7 that he's showing. Yeah, I mean, Otmar Klein's only hope right now as Ethan Patel comes up from that and scores some big points, right? The intervals have loaded back up. Brian Hackeman right now in DRS range of none other than Alex Duarte in P3. And we talk about it every week, how his pace just gets better and better and better. And early on, he's in a podium spot, 4 laps in Dakota.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 4 laps in, but honestly, I'd love to do an interview with this guy. Honestly, this guy right here is one of the nicest guys probably in this league I've ever spoken to. Like, even when he crashes or when he crashes, he never gets fired up. He never has heat in his body, where I'm completely different. But yeah, this guy, honestly, this guy definitely deserves a podium. It's a long time coming. I think we all know that. I think the admins know that. I think this is why Rivas picked him for the Aston spot, because this guy's just showing so much potential this season.
Sandunga and Drip have been going back and forth in P10 and P11 for a little while now. It looks like Marino just made a pass on Ethan Patel. Oh, no, my mistake. Marino's going into the pits.
Yeah. Ethan is he's having a little side-by-side with Thermo. Gets a switchback done on him, but loses the back end a little bit. Now they're going side-by-side. But no, he has to back out. Yeah, he had to back out there because I don't think he wanted to do what Drip did.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Shaggy Muffin just passes Fitz-Dickwell too. He's up to P14. Combined YouTuber has built almost a 3-second lead ahead of Spoonini really quickly. As if yellow in sector 2, somebody might be
That's
around.
Brian Hackman.
Oh, what a shame for the Alfa Romeo driver.
Yeah. And he's got wing damage, so he's going to come in the pit. So
He's
good.
no front wing at all, so he'll have to limp home 2.5 full sectors. And oh, what? If you're Brian Hackman right now, Raz, do you go on to hards and try to just finish it off? Is it too early?
Nah, just DNF. Just retire. Go to bed.
Yeah, 4 a.m. where you are,
Uh,
man. Is Flosi disconnects too. It looks like he just left the session, but he was having some connection issues. We're on with NVA, who's hot on the tail of the Aston Martin of Drip in P9 and Sendunga in P8. So those Mercedes guys having a good run here in the midfield. We're up at
oh,
Thermo in
wait.
P4.
Am I seeing this right? Or Alex is now in P2?
You are seeing it right. Alex is P2. While we were
It was
paying
back down.
attention to the action in the midfield, Alex is overtaking Spanini for P2. Now he's on the softs too, so I wonder how much of this gap and Alex's progress too is due to the softs, right? So like if Spanini can hold him in DRS range for a while, his strategy may allow him to build up another gap.
Yeah, if Alex had, I mean, because it's going to have, well, he started on fresh tyres. So this means that from now he'll probably be on 25, maybe 30% tyre wear. But he needs to keep Spanini behind him before lap 10, because lap 10 is where all the soft runners are going to pit around that time. And the medium tyres, I mean, when he puts the mediums on, he's going to have fresher mediums than Spanini. So if you think about it, he's gaining more time. So he's going to get he's going to get the overcut or the undercut on Spanini. But will we see Spanini gain enough time to beat Alex at the end of a race, at the end of his second stint? So that's what you've got to think about. Like, there's so many strategy options you can think of. Like, Alex can probably do the 2-stop right now. Honestly, I don't think the 2-stop's even that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad on here
track.
because you can make up so much time with the fresh softs, right? And speaking of strategy, Brian Hackman did go on to the hards here at lap 7. So look, maybe he's hoping for a late safety car. But, you know, Spanini hot on Alex Duarte in P3, right? And Sid has now found himself in P10 after that. Thermo goes into the pits. I wonder if he may have had damage.
No, Thermo's just done a stop sign. Maybe he is actually doing a 2-stop. As what's his name? Big Mama Frank has spun and he's
Big
retired.
Mama Frank is out.
It's a safety car. Not another one, sure.
Wow, terrible timing for Brian Hackman, who just pitted for fresh hards. Spanini almost comes right up to the butt of Alex Duarte on that safety car. I have a bit of bald spot on that tire. 3 DNFs already. We've had a VSC. This is the first safety car. And it's going to ruin Combined YouTuber's 5.5-second lead that he had built up over the first little bit of the race.
Oh, he's done the rompers. I think Brian Hackman should have stayed on the hards because it's 22 laps on hards, right? And all these people are going to pit probably on the mediums, so they're probably thinking about doing 2 stops. So I think he should have stayed on the hards.
Yeah, this is
trying.
An interesting choice. I mean,
I think he might be trying
to just go mediums to the end and then they'll pit.
Nah.
As Josh Barnsley gets a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. This has been messy, Raz. This has been messy.
Yeah. This is one thing I'm really scared of in D2 next season, because it's a big change from D3, because D2 is so like narrow. Like, you're gonna have more fights during a race, because D3 you're gonna have loads of people, but you're gonna at least have like loads of different groups during the race where they just battle, and then you might be on your own. But D2 is where it's gonna be so packed. Like, you're gonna have so many DRS trains, like stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of the soft tire runners too pitting right now. Alex, Ethan Patel, combined YouTuber is already in on his mediums. So combined YouTuber is probably effectively in P1, followed by Alex Duarte in P2. Sid hasn't pit yet, plus he got a couple penalties. Ethan Patel is on fresh soft, so I guess he might be doing the 2-stop, as well as Flosi and maybe Josh Barnsley.
And Alex is also doing the same. But I think they've actually done the
Yeah.
right call here. I think they've done the right call. Only because I think these softs are fresh. So you can do it like another 10 laps on them. But I don't think you're going to, because then you need the mediums. And I think you probably want the mediums to go for like 13 laps. But if you're going to do these on 10 laps, these softs, then you're going to do another 10 laps on the mediums. So I think I think the strategy here is like 7 laps on the softs, and then maybe
13.
lap 15 they're going to put on the mediums, and then they're going to get so much grip through those first laps of those tires until they actually like go up to like 20% of like tire wear. So this a lot of different like strategies going on here.
A lot of different strategies so far. So currently, though, really tough race for the Alfa Romeos, who were looking so good after the sprint race. Currently in P16 and P17. Marino D3 reserve, P15. Flosi as well as Fitz Dickwell, both D3 reserves, in 13 and 14. All top 7 drivers have not pitted yet. They're on 7-lap-old mediums, all of them except Drip, who's on 7-lap-old softs. So Drip may be able to run a nice little soft medium strategy. You know, these safety car laps are going to extend your tire life a little bit, right? So that might be okay for Drip. And look, if he can keep it clean, you know, he may have a nice little top 10 finish if he can extend the life of the softs, do a 1-stop to mediums, and then, yeah, it might be good.
Yeah, I think Ethan needs to get past these drivers that haven't pitted yet, because this is really, if he doesn't get the points today, then it's going to be even more tighter in the constructor standings, as Alpine are 29 points ahead of Ferrari. And I mean, look at Garrett Elder. He's 2nd, and Shaggy Muffin is 7th. So Red Bull, if they get ahead of Ethan, then they're getting even more points than Alpine. So this is the last race decider. But I've just realised, if Sid wins, then the title is his.
Really? Let's take a look at those points.
Because he's 13 ahead, and it's a last race next week in Australia, Melbourne Park.
Yeah, that's it, right? So
Yeah. Oh, he don't even need. He needs to get 2nd. Or I think maybe 3rd as well.
it's really tough that Sid is in the state that he's in now, because with Ludwig DNF'd, this is such an opportunity for him to put it away. You know what I mean? I mean, essentially, you know, if Sid were to finish, let's say, top 5 here, he would have to DNF, and then Ludwig would have to win the next race for it to be close.
Yeah, I mean, Sid's not really doing the best. He ain't had the start he probably wanted. He probably would have thought he would be like in the top 8 so far. But I mean, points are points. He's still pulling away unless he DNFs.
Yeah,
So
because that's a big gap, right? That's even if he. Did we have an incident over safety car?
Flosi. Yep, Marino gets a 5-second penalty for hitting Flosi in the back. That is really interesting.
Wow, a lot of 5-second penalties. I bet we're going to see some tickets there, right? So Marino hit Flosi They both got one. It looks like Sid may have gone into one in the back of them. Josh Barnsley behind with the drive-through. So,
Let's look at the penalties because I didn't realise. So it's actually MVA and Drip that's actually had exceeding track limit warnings. But
right.
then the others, Flosi, Marino, and Sid, they've had 5 seconds. So I think Marino hit Flosi, and then Flosi might have got a 5-second penalty because he got hit. Because Codemasters are just themselves, really. They've made an awful game this season. Let's just
the penalty situation is tough, right? Because then what they're in too is for the league to remove it. Something happened to Combined YouTuber.
Yeah, he spun it.
He spun it under safety car. Maybe he just needed the extra challenge to try to get upfield, but he was looking to potentially win his first. Is this his first race, Raz?
Yeah, in this league it is. So
Messy.
that's going to be a challenge, and we think Johannes versus Combined YouTuber is going to be a challenge. Now let's watch out for Sid versus Combined YouTuber.
Yeah, both in the backfield now, both fighting their way up to Sid with that 5-second penalty, and we'll see if that he can even get removed, right? Because they probably have to pit again, which means they'll probably have to serve that penalty. So let's hop on with Sleek here at the restart. Spoonini, Garrett Elder, Sleek. So Spoonini is a huge winner here because not only is Ludwig gone, but Combined YouTuber with the spin, now he's got a huge opportunity to try to win the race because so far he's had more pace than Garrett and Sleek.
Oh no, Garrett's gone.
Garrett spins out on the restart, and the safety car is in, and we're green. Spanini P1, Sleek P2, Drip P3. Got a great start. That's right, Drip still hasn't pit yet. These lineups have gotten all kind of shuffled up. Spanini got a great start and has already built a 2-second gap on Sleek, who kind of was caught sleeping.
It's just amazing that these American drivers are struggling on their own track when 2 British drivers in D3 got a P1 and P2.
Yeah,
that's just amazing.
The grip on here, man, it's like an ice skating rink. Really hard to kind of get the power down quickly and work with that.
Sid's done a mistake. So this is going to be a really exciting last few laps because Sid's now made a mistake. Sid is now last. So I'm not sure if he's got damage, but the corner where he spun, loads of drivers are really struggling.
Yeah, really slick over there. Combined YouTuber up to P12 already. Just puts up the ERS pass on Josh Barnsley. He's on 2 lap old mediums. He'll probably try to make it to the end unless we have another safety car. He'll try to make up some ground on Fitz Dickwell and P11 on the hards. Shouldn't be too tall of a task for Combined YouTuber. I'm curious how well Flosi can hold him off on fresh softs. He's putting some pressure on Shaggy Muffin going towards the end of Sector 3. And some more track penalties as well. Ethan Patel with track limits. That's 3 seconds.
Yeah, I was just on board with him. And he was trying to stay behind Therma, and then he just casually just went over the curb. But now he's side by side with Therma, and there's no space. And NBA had to go wide. Now, is Ethan going to go side by side? No, he's going to learn from his mistakes.
While we were watching that, Flosi made the dive bomb on Shaggy Muffin and made it stick going into turn 1. So he's currently half a second above Shaggy Muffin. Of course, on the old mediums, Flosi with the fresh softs made that pass a little bit easier. That was pure ERS that did that. He'll hop on the back of this, what will be a DRS train in the next lap, from P3 all the way down to P9.
Yeah, it looks like Spanini is the actual winner overall. He is pulling away from Sleek right now. As Sleek and Mr. Sandunga, it's Mr. Sandunga, Drip and Thermo. And even, there's quite a lot of cars in this fight here.
A lot of cars in this fight.
To that last
Drip.
P3 position.
Yeah, Drip pulling back a little bit. Drip's around. Those 11 lap old softs finally gave.
Drip
finds his way.
drip out, and then NBA hit the back of Thermo, and NVA's got damage.
We'll see if NVA pulls in here, if he's got some wing damage. Yeah, it looks like it is. Unfortunate for NVA. D3 reserve, though. Flosi had found himself in P8 for a second. Now he's currently in P7 behind Alex, who's putting ERS pressure on Ethan Patel going into turn 1.
Yeah, I think Alex knows that Ethan is pushing like hell right now. So I think Alex is trying to keep behind Ethan and then try and maybe get DRS off him, and then they can move up the field together on these fresh softs. But once again, these will only last for like another 3 or 4 laps, so they've got to make the moves quick.
Yeah, they really got to use the tire while they have it really well. So NVA just pitted on the hards. He'll go the rest of the way there. Now, I think he had to do hards because he started on the mediums, right? So softs wouldn't make it the rest of the way. So kind of a tough strategy decision for NVA. Drip P16, Marino P17, they're all on fresh tires. Sid has found himself up in P13, and combined YouTubers already in P8 will start to put pressure on Flosi. Now remember, Flosi started on fresh softs, but YouTuber had to restart at what, like P16, Raz? So
yeah, I think it was P16, but talk about P16, NVA has spun again on those hards, so looks like he's having what Big Mama Frank is out or did have, and it's just a day to forget.
Yeah, definitely is a day to forget as Flosi goes wide the second to last turn of the track. Combined YouTuber will look to put a lot of pressure. He's definitely going to have DRS. He doesn't have a lot of battery. I'd be surprised if... Oh, he is using it. Interesting choice here halfway through the race to try to... I mean, he'll probably get Flosi anyway. He's got to know that they have to pit. Probably again.
Yeah, I've been thinking this for the last 2 laps. Because now I think I can say it, because now Thermo is now P2. I think Thermo will have the pace to catch up with Spinini. As I know that he's a quick guy, he's a very quick driver. From what I've seen from the races that he's driving, so this will be really interesting. Who's going to get the P1
There's a yellow in
position
Sector
for the
2.
rest of the day?
Sorry, Raz. There's a yellow in Sector 2. Brian Hackman just spun out,
Oh,
and he
safety
is
car.
gone.
It's another
It's that
safety
same
car.
corner. It's the same corner.
Yeah, it's just looks like everyone's got low confidence through that corner.
We have
Just
another safety car here. So if you're Spoonini right now, Raz, do you try to see kind of where the cars are bunched up here? Do you pit for softs and try to go? You think you can get to the end on softs here? Or he's got to go soft or hard.
yeah. Oh, Thermo's got a drive through, so that's going to be another position for all of these drivers
Wow.
here. So that's Ethan to P4 pretty much. That's Alex to P5. So yeah, I don't even know, but I think you've got to pit for the softs, because the softs, I think it was 13 laps I did them, and they went to 65%. So if you can do it for 14 laps, that'll probably be around 70%.
Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. He is going on the softs. We'll see a lot of tire changes here. A lot of guys going to go on fresh stuffs trying to get to the end. If they can go on mediums, they probably will. So this is tough now for Spanini, right? Because he needs to hold off Thermo and Sleek on the restart. But he's got to make those tires last, right? Because I mean, 6 laps in, he's gonna shred them.
Yeah, he definitely needs to watch them. But what tires is everyone else on?
Taking a look, it's about 50-50. About 50-50 soft medium here.
Yeah,
And look at our D3 boys, though. Flosi and Fitz holding it down in P9 and P10. Now that our fresh tires, they have a shot to move up, too.
Well, Fitz is actually a reserve driver. But I think he actually joined last week, and he raced in D2 last week. But we haven't really seen enough about him of what his pace is like, or
Right.
driving skills he's like. So maybe this is his chance to show what he's made of, as he's behind Flosey, and Flosey is probably having a quite good race from his perspective.
Yeah, he's having a great race. I think P9 would be a great showing for Flosey. He's got the pace in D3 too, but I know sometimes struggles with connection, struggles with some kind of cleanliness issues, right? I'll spin out here and there, but he has the raw race pace. So if he can keep it clean, looks like he got those penalties cleared up. So he's sitting in P9, squeaky clean, right? I don't know if the safety car is going to be in this lap. Spinini probably hopes not. So that way he can make those softs last a little longer, but the field is kind of condensing nicely. So just about everybody here on fresh tires. It's a brand new race, 15 laps into a 28 lap campaign. We'll see if the safety car comes in this lap. I don't think so. I think it's going to go around again.
Yeah, it will definitely be going round for one more lap,
Yep.
but I think it should win in, because I think it actually goes in when every driver that is still running is behind it. But I think there is
Yeah.
sometimes, if it's like the first lap of it, like there has to be like a kind of distance from the second to last car to the first to last car.
Right.
So I think that's what happens, but I could be wrong.
So constructor-wise too, it's all shuffled up there, right? So Spunini and Shaggy Muffin in P1 and P8 are the best of the Red Bull runners. The Mercedes
Marino's out.
power units. Marino just DNF'd under safety car.
Yeah, I was on board with him, and he actually lost a car, and it actually made him lose a tyre through the wall. Like, he hit the wall, and his tyre just like splattered everywhere. So he's out of the race. So
Shame for
once again,
Marino.
yeah, it's another McLaren as out.
Yeah.
So it looks like,
Thermo holding it down nicely in P2.
yeah.
But yeah,
pretty
Toto
much
Rivas won't
Thermo's
be
done
happy
what
about
Mike-
that. 5 DNFs, man. A lot of carnage here in D2 today. Not a very clean race by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I mean, this is really. I think it's quite sad to watch at the moment, because when it's a safety car, you just want the safety car to come in. Because when it's 2 laps, it's just so boring. Like, you
Yeah.
just want to like race. But
Yeah, it can be
now
tough.
here we are.
We'll see what type of games that Spunini, Thermo, and Sleek kind of play with each other here, right? Now, Spunini's got to manage those tires, right? So he can't kind of go too aggressively. So I wonder how Thermo is going to be able to get away here. They're side by side going into the penultimate turn. Did he just pass him? Is that a penalty?
Wait, yeah.
He lets it go by here, so really interesting restart now. Spinini takes off, so they're pretty even. Spinini didn't really get an advantage on Thermo now. Thermo's going all ERS on the medium tires. Gonna try it on the inside. Gets the inside line. It's tough when you get pushed out like that. Spinini now in P2. Just tough restart for him on softs.
Yeah, it looks like. Wait, yeah, we need to remember that Thermo's still got to pit for his drive-through.
Oh, that's right. There's the drive-through, right? So now essentially you have the top 3 runners then on soft tires. Then Ethan Patel, Alex, and combined YouTuber may have a shot at overtaking these guys should those tires fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, if Spinini and Sleek can keep to that P1 to P2, and that combined YouTuber stay with Sandinga, and like the ones below him with penalties, combined YouTuber's got a P3.
Yeah, I think that's totally realistic, and Alex should have a podium too as well. And
Yeah,
or
Alex
close
deserves
to
it. But looks like he's struggling to keep behind Ethan Patel.
Yeah, and he's
at the
got a
moment.
lot of pressure from combined YouTuber behind him too. So that can't be an easy task. Run with Spoonini, who's trying to put pressure back on Thermo, and it's tough, right? Because, like, do you use your tires? As Thermo almost loses the rear end there, and oh, slows down a little bit, and Spoonini's probably not going to put too much pressure because Thermo does have that drive-through, which he's got to serve in the next few laps or so. So Spoonini's effectively P1, and his primary focus has got to be on building that gap between him and Sleek.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't go for pits. I don't know, is he just racing for pride now? I don't see any other way why he wouldn't pit.
Yeah, interesting strategy choice. I'm not sure why he wanted to. Maybe he thought he was kind of building a gap as Shaggy Muffin passes Flosi on the S's. And as is Garrett Elder, it's a double Red Bull overtake of the Haas, who's now in P10. And he was struggling with a little bit of understeer as he goes back to the tail end of Sector 1. He'll try to keep up with these guys and maintain some sort of DRS range moving forward. On with Sleek, who's in range of Spoonini. Next lap, DRS kicks in. Combined YouTuber, and he's on the charge, right? He's trying to make that pass stick between Alex. I think he does.
Yeah, it looks like it. But I think Sid left the session, so his AI is driving, so that's why he's falling down the order so much.
Yeah, I just saw him actually get back online too, so he's probably trying to rejoin. Combined YouTuber pulling away.
It looks like he's out of like the contention to like even get quite a bit of points. I mean, he's gonna get a few points, but it's not gonna be enough.
No, it's not gonna widen that gap. We have a yellow in Sector 3.
And that's gonna be it for Sid. His AI is pitted in. So that's going to be it for Sid.
So he's going to have some random tire choice now. Could be scrub tires. He's probably going to have a wing change. Right?
Yeah,
Slow season as well. Yeah. Thermo served his penalty. So, but there's quite a gap now to build up. So Thermo has a tall task in front of him, right? Let's get on with Spoonini. Yeah, and he'll try to build up.
Away.
He is. He's pulling away from Sleek so far.
It's really interesting. Like Spoonini coming in the AlphaTauri seat. He's probably picked there because he's a really consistent driver. He probably not getting the podiums, but I think Duncan probably picked him because he knows he can get points on the table. Like, it doesn't matter if you win every race or like you're really inconsistent of where you finish. I think it's like the consistency that he picked about him, because normally he actually finishes quite high, definitely in the top 10. So I think that's what you want if you're like an AlphaTauri seat.
Yeah, he certainly, I would say he definitely outperforms the seat for sure. Mr. Sandunga went past Sleek too and sets the fastest lap at a 1:34.5. So he's currently sitting in P2. We'll see if he can close the gap to Spoonini. But 3 soft tire runners currently in front. Ethan Patel P4, combined YouTuber P5, both on mediums. Now their pace, as it probably already is, but as those soft tires start to degrade, I'm looking for Ethan Patel and combined YouTuber to finish really strong. And Raz, we were just talking about how, Adam Klein's only hope here after Ludwig's DNF is Ethan Patel. And look, man, currently he's making it happen.
Yeah, but we need to think about Shaggy Muffin and Garrett Elder in the Red Bulls, both on softs. And Ethan's on the mediums. So they're going to have so much more grip.
For now, though, right? I mean, do you think those softs can maintain the grip for another 8 laps?
Yeah, I mean, even if it like says 60%, you're not going to have as much grip as it first turns out, but the grip actually still stays there. Like it's a bit of a weird one, because for me, if I start on them, and they're gonna feel awful, but if you're gonna put like some new scrubbed ones on, and they're gonna feel amazing, like it's just so weird. So I don't know. It might just be me being weird, but
You are a
uh,
weird dude, Raz. I'll give you that. Combined
uh,
YouTuber currently in P5 has put a lot of pressure on Ethan Patel in P4. They're all fighting too. 4, 5, 6, 7. Shaggy Muffin and Garrett Elder going back and forth places, and they've started to put pressure on Combined YouTuber as he tries to make the move on Ethan Patel. Was there a little bit of contact there?
I'm not speaking to you. Call me weird. No, I'm joking. Yeah, there was a bit of contact with the Red Bull and the Williams. I think Garrett hit the back of combined YouTuber's wing, but Sid's got the fastest lap. As is that Drip? Yeah, Drip span it into a wall. Doesn't he's got damage?
Yeah, he's currently sitting in P15, which is a shame because he was running really high for a while. So, oh, who's that? Garrett Elder almost lost their rear end a little bit going to the first straight at the end of Sector 1.
Yeah,
So he'll lose the
Thermo's.
pressure.
Sorry to interrupt, but Thermo's actually spun it in that same corner where everyone else has struggled with it.
Yeah, that corner's claimed a lot of victims as well. And looks like Josh Barnley is looking to maybe put some pressure on the McLaren. He's got soft tires, so he'll try to make the most of them too. Sid in P13, but there's just a lot of time, I think, between Sid and the front of the pack for him to really kind of cause some damage. But Spoonini successfully so far widening the gap between Mr. Sandunga, but I think he just got a penalty. That one's new, isn't it, Raz? That 3 seconds?
Yep, he's got the 3 seconds, and this might actually interrupt his win. I, if he can, he's 3 seconds away from Sleek, so Sleek's been quite a quiet person to be honest today. We ain't really spoke much about him, I don't think. But he's in P3, and he's actually got the chance to even go higher to get that P1, and that is exactly what Josh Barnsley wants for his Ferrari engine team.
Yeah, especially with Sid, the stage is in currently in P12, right? Not up to his usual self. So, you know, with Sid, usually a front runner kind of in the midfield right now, a lot of pressure on Sleek to score big points for the Ferrari power unit. So if he can close within 3 seconds, although it looks like he's lost a bit of time to Mr. Sandunga, who's now within DRS range of Spanini.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Sandunga's actually going faster, because I'm actually on the leader gap, and Spanini's gone faster than he's gaining time. Or well, he's Sleek's losing time to Spanini, but Sandunga actually gained time to Spanini. So maybe it was actually just Sandunga going quicker than Spanini.
Yeah, it could be Sandunga just gaining time on pure pace. Combined YouTuber was up to P4 at one point. He now finds himself in P6, having to pass Ethan Patel again. Shaggy Muffin has leapfrogged both of them. And Thermo's out. At the end of Sector 2, here, let's hop on with Garrett Elder real quick and see if we can see.
He spun it in the wall.
Carnage. Yeah, he did. So 6 DNFs now, both McLarens and a Mercedes. So tough for Toto Rivas. We'll see if Mr. Sandunga can salvage the day for him.
Yeah, it looks like
Tough for
Michael Massey
McLaren.
has gave up. Looks like he's gave up with safety cars, so we're gonna have no more. That's a good sign. But yeah, looks like it's actually pretty much a Duncan Mechanic, Toto Rivas, and Josh Barnsley team principal podiums right now. I mean,
That
we
is.
actually have Otmar Klein as well behind them. So we've actually got all the team principals in the top 4 right now.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
pretty
we've
cool.
actually seen that.
I don't know if I've seen that either, as Shaggy Muffin just passes Ethan Patel. Let's get on with Combined YouTuber, who can see both of them right now. While we were watching that, Mr. Sandunga did take the lead from Spoonini. They both have 3-second
Yeah.
penalties. But as it
You
stands now,
thought that.
Sleek is not close enough.
Yeah. But we've got Alex 7th position, and I think this is actually his highest position he's got this season in Monaco. So if he can get one more position, then that would be huge for him, and I think this race will bump his confidence up for next season. I mean, I think he'll have a tremendous season next season.
Ethan
many
Patel
seasons in
makes
that.
the pass on Shaggy Muffin, currently back into P4. While I was combined YouTuber was able to watch all of that, but look, Ethan Patel and Shaggy Muffin have been able to hold off combined YouTuber, who we thought was going to kind of carve through the field. All three of them on medium tires, but they keep fighting with each other, so they can't really make up any space within the top three guys. So, you know, we thought those soft tires would start to fall off, but Spoonini and Sindhuga are kind of running away with it.
Yeah, but Sleek is just in that 3 seconds time now. But the only advantage Spanini's getting is a DRS, which is pulling him away from Sleek.
Yeah.
But then Spanini's getting that Drip retired, so it's not another good day for Drip. Yeah, no, Spanini's actually, I think he might actually be getting dirty air from Sandinga, which is making Sleek in that 3 second gap. So this could go anywhere, and I think Spanini's tyres might be going off right now. So
Yeah, it could be.
anything could happen.
I wonder if he used a lot of that life on the restart too, right? Because he was P1 there. Just tries to make it through. It does look like that gap, Sleek to the leader, might be shortening a little bit, at least on the last lap.
Yeah, and there's something Spanini might save him from Sleek is his ERS. He has so much more ERS than Sleek right now, so Sleek's actually been pushing quite a lot. So maybe on the, I think it's called the Old Man Straight. I might be wrong, but the Sector 2 straight with the DRS. Yeah, I think if he gets a DRS and ERS down, he might be able to make a move on Mr. Sandinga, which is making him be P1/P2. But I think even if he gets P2, he'll be happy with the result.
Yeah, that would be a great result.
He'll take it as a win.
Yeah. Sleek right now, the only one in the top 5 clear of any track limit infractions. So currently 3 full seconds behind Spanini though, right? So they're not really mattering too much to him. But so far he's clean. Ethan Patel still putting pressure on Shaggy Muffin, man. 4, 5, and 6. That fight alone is preventing them from reaching the leaders.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a combined YouTuber P4 position because of a penalty. So because these two keep fighting, and now their tyre, they're going to have tyre wear. So this means that combined YouTuber is actually on the better tyres now. So it looks like. Well, actually, I'll say that, but Ethan's actually on the medium as well.
Ethan's on the mediums as well.
YouTube is just a quicker driver.
Yeah, he does seem to have a little bit more pace now. Now the top 4 guys are all on 10-lap-old softs, and I wonder if we're going to start to see. We've been wondering it for the past 10 laps, right? I mean, can these guys start to make up pace? But they just haven't been. Spoonini is back within DRS. Ish raises. Sindhuga almost loses it a little bit in that corner. So with ERS, Spoonini will definitely be in range of Mr. Sindhuga. Is he going to drain the battery and make the move?
He needs to, because he's now 4 seconds away from ahead of Sleek. So he needs to use his battery now. This is where he needs to use it, because he's actually got the time. And he's done it.
He's done it. He's done it currently in P1. This is for the win. They're far enough away from Sleek as it stands now. Spoonini and Sindhuga fighting for the dub.
This is a mental battle. And I think Sleek's going to be quite annoyed because he's going to stay P3.
Yeah, he's a little bit kind of in no man's land, right? He's not really having to defend, luckily, from Shaggy Muffin yet. Right? Combined YouTuber looks to be in the only battle as he comes really close to Ethan Patel there.
Yeah, and Sandunga's made 13 positions. And Shaggy Muffin's made 15 positions. So them two have done a really good job during the race. And now looks like Sandunga's tyres have gone off.
Maybe, yeah. I wonder if he was conserving a little bit of battery too and just eating the DRS and letting that keep him up with Spunini, but these S's can be so tricky on Ode softs. Going through it really nicely, though.
Yeah, it looks
Very
like
well done.
Sandunga did that a little bit better than Spanini. But it's still that 4/10 gap, and it's a second to the last lap. It's a penultimate lap. I'm pretty sure it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
but
you're right. It's penultimate.
Damn English out here.
And
Yeah, so there's not much really going on right now. Garrett Elder, P12, another man that it's a day to forget for his home Grand Prix. Like, these guys are feeling what I felt in my Britain home Grand Prix. I
as we're
got pole
watching that,
position.
sorry, Raz, Sandunga drained his battery to try to make the pass on Sandunga and couldn't make it stick. They're side by side going into the midway point of Sector 2. They'll try to build up as much exit speed here in this corner as you go into that Sochi kind of horseshoe-looking thing. And Spunini maintains the lead, potentially going into the last lap. Sandunga drained a lot of battery to try to make that happen.
This is where Spanini needs to stop using his battery, because he's got an advantage. So all he has to do if Sandunga gets past is try and stay with him on the old man straight.
Takes a little wide. Nice. Wow, he does the inside-out move. Sandunga takes the lead from Spunini. That was really well done. Wow, that driving there was sick.
But now this is where I was just about to say, Spanini needs to stay with him, and then he's got to drain his battery on the DRS straight. But
He has to do it.
But looks like Sandunga is actually pulling away. Yeah, he's pulling away.
Wow, that was a super slick move in turn 1 by Mr. Sandunga. I was thinking, why is he going to the outside? He did the switchback. Wow, that was just great racing. Draining the battery here on the main straight is Spunini trying to get by Mr. Sandunga, who's farming ERS. He's going to make this one happen clean.
I just wanted to say, turn 1, I think Spanini went a little bit too late on the brakes, and
Yeah.
I think he actually went off track, which means Sandunga was going to get a better exit, a better traction out of the corner, which made him P2. But wait, I've just realised Spanini's P1.
Spunini's P1. He made the pass on the DRS. Has so far made it strict. They're by the horseshoe, the penultimate turn. Here we go. Sandunga, is he going to have enough to pass Spunini on the last turn to get in? It doesn't look like it.
Spanini P1.
Will go home P1 at Coda.
That is my boy right there. Spanini.
Sandunga P2, Sleek P3. Combined YouTube were up to P4 because of penalties, followed by Ethan Patel and Shaggy Muffin, who got another 3 seconds at the end. Alex Duarte P7, you said ties his best finish so far for the season. NVA solid in P8, Fitz Dickwell reserve in P9. Sid valuable points in P10 as his main rival Johannes Ludwig DNF'd. A lot of action at the end there.
That was epic. Spanini just did a Pierre Gasly 2020 Monza. He must be feeling the emotions like I did in France.
That was crazy, yeah. I don't know if you were able to send message in the D2 General Paddock here to get these guys in for some interviews, but wow. Well done by Spunini. That was great.
Yep, I'm just going to message him now because I want to go to bed. Mr. Sand... Yeah, it was him, wasn't it?
Yep, Spunini P1, Sandunga P2, Sleek P3.
And looks like no one's joining. Looks like they're going to have their time to relax. Oh, no, we do have a few in the waiting room. So, should we drag in Mr. Sandunga as he's there first?
Yeah, let's see. Let's get down here. Get in Mr. Sandunga. Mr. Sandunga, P2 at Coda. How do you feel, man?
Feel really good. I mean, most of all because I had some really good battles with NVA, Spunini, Sleek, a couple of others that can't come to mind right now. But yeah, mostly Sleek, mostly Spunini. Sorry, something I really enjoyed. You know, we had a good battles, both clean. So yeah, just
Yeah, dude, that overtake at the second to last lap in turn one was probably the cleanest looking switchback I've seen like this season.
thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, like, I wanted to let him lead like into a long DRS because I knew he was gonna get DRS, but since I had 3 seconds, I didn't want Sleek to gain up to P2. So and at the end, like I tried to defend, but I thought about it today, and Splitting he was just with the DRS he was too quick, but yeah, great race overall. I think very eventful.
Great race overall, man. I really appreciate you coming in. Raz, how do you feel, man, after that?
My heart is beating because
You
it's
good
not
there, Mr.
one.
Raz?
There's not one Mercedes engine getting a podium today. It's
I got
two that there was good battling with you and Spanini, but
Just when I want to give my shout out.
Thanks for the technical difficulties. We appreciate it, guys. Mr. Sandunga, dude, thanks so much for coming in here. P2, that was some great racing, man.
Thank you, boys. Thank you for narrating and for having me as well.
No problem. All right, Raz, let's bring in Sleek here in P3. Sleek, how are you, man? Strong P3 today. Nice job.
Thanks, man.
Dude, how'd you feel at the end, man? You were clean, right? You had no penalties there. How hard were you pushing to maintain that 3-second gap to the leader to try to get higher on the podium?
Oh, dude, those last few laps, I was giving it everything. Dumping battery, I was at like 0% for the last 5 laps. It was just constantly on. I was hoping I could put enough pressure on that one of them in front of me might take a penalty, but I think we lost it by half a second there at the end, but still P3. Really happy with the race.
Yeah, still P3, man. You had a really clean race, a lot of good battles. Now, were you in the chat with Sid too? I know, kind of an atypical P10 for him. Team orders, man. I mean, look, the high points really kind of fell on your shoulders for Team Ferrari. How did the team dynamic work out today?
I wasn't in the call with Sid, but
word.
I kept seeing the little pop up that he was in the pits, so seemed to have an interesting race. I think he said he was drunk in the chat, so that probably attributes a lot to it.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out in the team chat after.
Can confirm, but he did score some really valuable points there, Ferrari, as did you, a lot much more. Raz, you good?
yeah, there's only just one simple question I want to ask, but because we're now coming into the last race of the season, and your teammate is winning, well, at the moment, the top of D2 standings or driver standings, and you have the constructor standings coming up as well. Will you be a team player for Sid for the next race?
Oh, absolutely, man. Like anything I could do next race to help him get the driver's championship. I think that constructors and P1 for Sid would mean more than P4 or P5 for me.
Team player, man. I appreciate that. I can respect it, Sleek. Dude, nice job today, man. P3, well done.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Raz, I'm going to bring in Spunini here, his first win in ZRL.
Jesus.
Spunini, You're on, man. First dub. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm jittering.
A lot of pressure there at the end, man. Dude, that fight with Mr. Sandunga, I mean, what was kind of going through your head those last 2 laps?
Mainly just managing my ERS. Like he was behind me, so he got DR. He was really fast at the first sector, and I was like pushing my ERS a little bit to just make sure he doesn't get DRS on the back straight. But he just slowly crept in, and at that point, I was like, okay, I'm not going to touch my ERS. I'll just defend without ERS, and then try to keep him behind me, really. But then I forget what lap, but he got past me, and I think I had more ERS than him. So that's when I started pushing back again. And he had like a slip, I think out of turn 9, and that gave me a huge chance to get DRS back because I think he was gone out of my DRS up until then. So yeah, I think the final 2 laps when I got back to DRS, I just I waited till the last lap really to push everything, and his light was blinking, so I knew he was a lot slower down the straight.
Yeah,
And
we did
yeah,
see.
that was very clean from Sandunga. That was like more than happy about getting P1 was having a good battle with him. I think so. Yeah, very respectful battle with Sandunga. I really enjoyed that.
It was a really respectful battle, man. And look, he had a really clean move, right? Turn 1, I think, penultimate lap, right? Kind of that
Yes.
inside out. That was really clean. And,
Yeah, I made that a little difficult for myself because I was really tight to the corner, and I was like, when am I supposed to brake? And I did outbrake myself in the end, but yeah, luckily he had enough space to do a switchback and not like hit me.
I saw that,
and-
and
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting the switchback, right? So I'm like, man, Spinini's going really far inside, and Sandunga's going to take the outside, and then he made that move. That was really clean. But, dude, you were really able to kind of come back, hold him off, and manage your ERS, dude. So this is your first win in ZRL, right, man?
well, I mean, I had one in, I guess, the academy races, but those aren't like the division ones, so I guess not really there. So yeah, this would be my first win. I got podiums in D3 when I was reserving there, but yeah, this would be my first win.
Nice job, man. Congratulations.
Thank
Really
you.
well done. Raz, do you have any questions?
I think this guy's just Pierre Gasly the whole race today, like Pierre Gasly did in Monza. But yeah, it was a really clean drive from you today, Spinini. I mean, you definitely showed the pace, but what do you think your expectations, or like where do you think like the team principals will put you for next season? Like, where would you like to go?
I don't know. I'd hope to be in tier 1, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I feel like I have the pace, but next year D2 is looking pretty stacked on the drivers that are driving. Everyone's pretty quick. So yeah, next season's problem. We'll see what happens then.
Yeah, it would be a very tough season. I mean, like you said, there's a lot of good drivers, I'd say, in D2, but it'll be really tough for next season for every single driver. But yeah,
I think really the focus would be keeping it clean. Like today, I got a penalty, and if I didn't have that penalty, it would have been even easier. Like really just driving clean, not really getting into incidents. That will most of the time will give you a good results finish. I feel like today Johannes was really quick.
He
but
was
he
quick.
DNF'd, unfortunately.
Tough.
Combined was really quick, but I think he spun out in safety car. So there's like a lot of drivers that I felt like were quicker than me, but they just had unfortunate events happen to them, really. And
Yeah.
I was able to really capitalize on it.
Yeah, you took advantage, dude. I mean, draft stock certainly rising, man. P1 today. Congratulations, and hey, good luck next week, Spinini, and of course in the draft as well. Nice job.
Thank you.
So, Raz, I want like a little surprise here. One of the drivers that we've been talking about through the entire race is in the waiting room right now, Alex
Oh, you better
Duarte.
not have-
And
Oh,
let's bring him up, man. Let's talk. Really strong performance today. Let's talk. Alex, what's going on, man? P7 today. Really great performance. How are you?
I'm doing good, man.
We wanted to bring you in because, you know, Raz and I have been broadcasting and OG as well. Your pace has gotten so much better, and you've been so much of a better racer as this season's gone on. It's been incredible to see. I think you were rocking a like P2, P3 for a while, man.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel with your improvement this season? It's been great.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's definitely good to see, to see myself improving. I mean, that's obviously what I want, putting in the like this race. I actually put more time and effort just because, I've just been busy with like school and stuff. So, yeah, it's definitely good to see, So,
Really good showing, man.
definitely.
You're kind of our driver of the day too within the sprint race and the quali.
Oh
Thought
yeah.
you looked great, and I think Toto Rivas is really happy with your performance in the Aston Martin. Dude, you've been killing it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm just really humbled, man. I definitely been getting better, but it's good, but I could definitely, improve further for sure, man. That's my goal right now.
Sounds good. I know we have Toto in the booth as well. Toto, any word on your Aston Martin driver and his performance in this past few weeks?
No, this is exactly what we've been expecting from Alex all year long. We understand there's been some struggles, some bad situations he's been put in, and so Alex is absolutely on pace with our Mercedes drivers, our McLaren drivers, and well above what we've expected from Williams. So Alex has done everything we've asked of him this year, and he has underperformed not from his own effort and his own pace and his own input because things have happened to him. So Alex is an absolutely fantastic driver, and wherever he lands next year, that team owner will absolutely inherit an incredible driver. And Alex, I mean, the sky's the limit with this guy, and we're really proud of his effort this year.
Stud.
Thank you.
Nice job,
Yeah,
Alex.
Thank you, man. Yeah, hopefully I get that D2C, man. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man, for sure.
Alex, good luck, man. Have a good evening.
You too, man. Thank you.
Raz, a long night, a lot of racing action. How do you feel, man? One more week to go.
I just want the season over.
Yeah, looking forward to Australia next week. Wrap up everything, get ready for the next draft. Thank y'all for joining us. Lots of great action today. Sprint race, something different. With that, we'll sign off. I'm Buffalo.
I'm Raz.
Thanks, guys.